but I suppose you could frame it in
You could
that
probably
sort
call
of
it
way.
that. Yeah.
Or
I'd say that's
because
fair.
I also did like social experiments like back in the day, but I don't think he was referring to that. So,
That sounded.
I'd be curious to hear from Base Burner if he wants to send in another TTS. What inspired you exactly to stop sleeping around? If you want to answer us,
was it
Smooth
Chase?
for another $300?
Was
if
it
you want to continue.
might as
fishing?
well.
Okay. So just a question about your guys' relationship. So is it from my understanding, it's a polyamorous relationship. Is that right?
Yeah, basically.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Wait,
Is
we
the
don't
wig
live
kind of
with, like,
flippant?
We don't have like a
Is
third.
it flippant? The
Well,
wig?
we don't have.
Sorry,
Wait, what?
Is the wig a little flippant when I'm
What do you
asking
mean by
serious
that?
questions? Like a little,
Don't worry about it.
you know?
Don't
It's
worry
okay.
about it.
I've gotten used to it now.
Yeah.
I've
gonna
seen you more
It's
with red
okay.
hair than not red hair, so it's actually kind of normal now.
Okay, cool. I'll take it off in a bit, but
You guys were kind of wishy-washy on that answer. What
It's
does
like,
that mean?
well, we're like poly, but we don't like
Yeah.
live with like a third person or anything like that.
What
We
are
just
like the
live-
rules of your guys' relationship that you have with each other? Like, what are the rules and boundaries?
I think generally we just try to communicate with each other when we see other people.
Honesty.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
And that's generally it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Does anybody have veto power over the other?
I mean, like in any relationship, anybody does, right? Like if somebody wanted to see somebody and the other person like hated one of their partners, it's probably not good. So
Have you guys?
So
have you
Melina has like an indefinite veto over you, and you have an indefinite veto over her. Is
Yeah,
it
I mean,
just
of
like,
course,
this
to
guy's
some
like
extent,
a hard
right?
no.
Like if we have like mortal enemies and the other person's trying to like sleep with them, it's probably not going to work out very well.
Well,
probably
yeah, no,
not
no.
the
I'm
most
just,
healthy thing.
I'm not like leading you into any kind of like gotcha moment. I just
Sure.
genuinely want to know. So
Yeah.
if she wants to sleep with someone, you're like, no, she has to respect it, and then vice versa for
Yeah,
him.
I mean,
Has
it'd be
that
similar
actually
to
happened
like.
before? Where you had to veto or she
Yeah,
had to
sometimes,
veto?
yeah. There's a lot of like streamer stuff that gets really dramatic sometimes, so yeah.
Do you feel like explaining the circumstances?
Like, let's say that someone sleeps with a monogamous person and then they get really obsessed with you. And then it's kind of like, this is really toxic. Like, I want to keep seeing this person, but they're like really shitty towards my partner. So, of course, I would want to like, that's not fun. It's not fun for me to listen to someone that I'm sleeping with that hates my partner. Or the other way around, too, like knowing that he's sleeping with someone that hates me.
Would
It's
you
just
even
really
entertain?
disrespectful.
Would you even entertain that as a woman? Like, this guy like definitely hates your
I
husband.
usually just sleep with girls.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But it could be the same thing with girls, too. They want to date me.
They just like hate him, but that's okay.
Yeah,
with you?
or like they're monogamous, so they're gonna get really jealous. They don't understand the open mindset. Like they don't like. It's just gonna be
So
that
basically,
mindset.
like sometimes people see our arrangement and it seems like a fun thing to do. It's kind of similar to Friends with Benefits, where people will think it's a fun thing to do,
Yeah.
but then when they try it, they get really emotionally attached, and then because we're already in a relationship, it gets really weird.
Yeah.
So,
Has it been
Yeah.
difficult maintaining this dynamic?
I mean, in
we
a
run
way,
into a lot of crazy
yeah.
people,
but it's also
or
a lot
like
of fun
things
too.
get
so I mean,
crazy.
like, yeah.
so how are
You're
you?
probably not attracting the most sane people in the first place.
I
by
try to go for
advertising
people
that.
that are open or like that are poly now because it makes things a lot easier. So we can just avoid like the jealousy because I don't even think it's really fair to like. I almost feel like when someone agrees to sleeping with any of us, and they're thinking it's a fun thing, usually we're like a lot cooler, and they don't really realize until later on, and then they get really obsessed or they feel really, really bad. So I usually feel really bad for them later on as well, so I don't think it's really fair either to do that.
How long into your guys' relationship did you start this dynamic?
Right at the very beginning.
Right at the very beginning?
Yeah.
So you guys were like, right off the bat, like, yo, let's do it this way.
This is the only relationship I've ever done.
Whose
with
idea
people.
was the whole open relationship? Yours, Destiny?
Both.
Basically, yeah. Like after my last relationship, I didn't actually ever think I would date again because sleeping around is fun and shit.
Yeah.
So the idea of like being locked down to one person is not fun. And I started talking to her, and she was cool. And she's like, "Oh, well, I do open relationships." I'm like, "Oh, shit, this is like perfect." So
And that was the
why
only
did you
relationship
decide to
I've ever
get
done.
married then? And what does that
because
mean
she
to
lives
you?
in Sweden and I live in the United States, and the only way she can spend any considerable amount of time with me is to be married.
So it was just green card, just that.
Kind of, yeah.
Is during-
But I mean, like we love each other too.
During the pandemic, it was crazy for everybody
Yeah.
visa-wise. So, but then
We'll probably
also-
do like, I imagine we'll do like an official ceremony at some point. We just have to like get the logistics set up and everything.
I think we've been together for long enough to like, oh, we're like married. We love each other.
Yeah.
You
So I'm
know?
not familiar with all of the regulations or whatever, but isn't there a timeline that if you reach like 5 years of marriage from a green card marriage, you can get divorced and the person who is from another country can keep their green card? And
I
at
think
that point,
that-
do you think that you will divorce and then stay together?
I don't think we'd ever divorce, but the technically, don't take legal advice from me, but I think if you're in the United States on a visa and you're in the process of getting the green card, you can break up already and still follow through in your green card process.
I've had a few friends that's done that.
Yeah, you don't even have to go through with the
Okay.
marriage technically, so yeah.
And you come from a family where this is practiced, right, Melina?
I think my parents did do like swinger stuff and like open things, like non-monogamous things together. I don't know
Were you aware
if
of
they.
that? at the time?
Not at the time, like when I was a kid or anything, but like later on when I was talking to my mom when I was older, and I was like, oh, open relationship makes a lot more sense to me. She's like, oh yeah, I did that too. So it's like, okay.
Are your parents still together?
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny, didn't you come from like a Bible Belt background or no? Like,
Yeah, very,
You did,
very,
right?
very conservative, yeah.
yeah,
Do you feel like
Nebraska?
that's catalyzed your political evolution?
I mean, I'm not related to that at all anymore, but it would be stupid to say that my upbringing didn't influence my political stuff at all. I'm sure it has. It's hard to know how it manifests exactly, but yeah, I was writing articles for my school newspaper supporting like Bush and the Iraq War when I was in high school, so.
Wow. So you're on the other spectrum from where you
my,
are now.
My mom is Cuban, so Cuban people in general are very, very, very conservative.
Were you ever
Especially-
socially conservative at the time?
Yeah, yeah, very much. Like not hated gay people, but very much against like LGBT stuff and all that.
When did that change?
Through high school, I became an atheist, and then as I started to get more, once I started streaming, when I turned like I think 21, 22, once I started to make more money, my political views started to shift quite a bit.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Do you feel like you're getting interrogated right now?
I've answered all these questions a
This
million
guy's
times.
like a
so-
super
Yeah.
streamer.
This is
This
usually
is
the
not
question
his
we get.
first rodeo.
Yeah,
This
knock me out.
what's
Whatever
the
you want,
largest?
dude.
What's the largest stream you've been on? How many live viewers?
I think it was when I was covering the Mizkif shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like
It was like 60,
70,000.
70K.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus, on
80K,
your
stuff
stream?
Like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Wow.
some
On
wild
YouTube.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty lit. It's pretty lit.
I might have missed this while I was adjusting my hair, but I had that.
Oh, you combed it for us, cute.
Yeah, got to be
Thanks.
presentable.
Of course.
So you guys are in a polyamorous relationship. So, and I apologize if I missed this. You guys both sleep with other people.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
So in what way are you not a cuck? I heard that you got mad at me for calling you a cuck.
Well, I got mad at you for calling me a cuck because you didn't know anything about me and you were radiating more pick-me energy than I've ever seen in a girl in my entire life. So
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny.
But how are you not a cuck is what I asked.
You know what a
is
cuck is?
Yeah, what is a cuck to you, I guess?
You know, someone like Sneeko, someone who sits in a chair, someone who watches.
No,
So
describe
wait,
what
wait,
a
wait,
cuck
wait,
someone
is.
hold on,
who
wait, wait.
watches their woman get fucked by another man.
Yeah,
is
I don't sit and watch
okay
my
with
woman
it.
get fucked by another man.
Someone
no.
who allows that.
Well, someone who allows it is just somebody in an open relationship.
And how do you expect that to last for the next 5 years?
I mean, it's lasted for 4 years, which I think is longer than any relationship you've been in, right?
Yeah.
So I
'cause
think I'm probably doing okay.
20.
That's
She's
fine.
also younger.
I'm 20.
What?
I'm 20.
Okay, and I'm 34.
And I don't have someone looking for a green card.
That's fine. She's already got her green card. She's free to leave if she wants.
Do you guys feel like you're going to be together into old age? Like, do you want to stay together
I
forever?
had the
Of
same
course.
question.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to have kids?
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
let's
so,
just
yeah.
let's just
Wait,
clear
do
something up
you
too. Hold
think-
on, one more thing. Sneeko's not a cuck. He did it one time and he said it was not for him.
Oh,
So
good
you
to
got to
know.
drop that.
Okay, good to know.
Do you think
He didn't
this-
even truly. Also, to be fair, he didn't do the cuck thing. He went to a swingers party. He wasn't into the swingers stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird because like
You know
there
why
is,
he
like
did
a whole
it?
like sexual fetish you can explore related to cuckoldry. Which, by the way, if people are into cucking, that's knocking stuff out. That's cool.
Do you know
So
why
when
he
we do
did
cuck
it,
queening-
Destiny?
What?
Do you know why he did it?
If I had to guess, it's because he heavily models himself after men that he respects, and Patrice O'Neill talked about it.
Bingo.
That's my guess.
Yeah, yeah. It was a no.
Like,
You watched
it's not-
Patrice
but he didn't-
O'Neill
he
doing
didn't-
it.
Yeah,
He's
but
a
he
kid.
didn't.
He was a
He didn't
kid.
go to the party thinking like, I want to watch my girlfriend get fucked and jerk off in the corner.
sound like he
he
was
went to
turned on
swing, and
by
then
it.
he wasn't
Right.
into it, and he left. Yeah.
No,
I
the
think
reality
it's-
was I think he stepped out. He felt guilty, so he like gave her a free pass, and then he did it one time. He's like, "This is terrible. I never want to experience this again," and that's it. So that was
Yeah.
years
So
ago.
it's not a cuck in that case because
If-
a cuck likes it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he
He's-
continues down the path of cuckoldry, which he does not. Nico's
I have
totally
a
hates it.
question. There was a clip of you two that went kind of viral on Twitter a few days ago,
Oh.
where you started like ballroom dancing with some guy in the background of a stream. What was the situation there, and who was that guy?
Yeah, there's a guy on YouTube called Abba from Abba and Preach, and I think he's trying to steal my girl from me.
Is he?
No,
For
he
real?
so he dances. She's
You
got like a
looked
background.
pretty
Okay, wait, wait,
devastated.
hold
I
on,
did.
Maybe
Hold on,
that's
wait, wait,
just
wait,
how
hold on,
your
wait, no, no,
face
hold on.
Jesus.
Wait, I
Okay.
did not look devastated.
Should
When
we-
you guys
A
are
little
watching,
bit, though.
no, I don't. When you guys are
That's
watching
just your
clips,
resting face, though.
no, when you guys are watching clips, there's 3 responses I can have. I can either like laugh about it, in which case you'll be like, "Oh my God, he's coping," or I can just sit there and just watch because I'm just watching my chat and my stream. You're like, "Oh my God, he's secretly terrorized," or I can be like, "Oh no, guys, like don't," and like joke about it and be like, "Oh my God, he's like secretly coping." Like there's literally no response I can have because you're projecting like all of your insecurities on the situation.
So,
Melina
Melina,
wants to,
are
like,
you seeing that guy? Like,
no,
what's
he's
the-
it's
No.
Abba Preach from the YouTube channel.
Wait, do
He's
you
hanging
think that?
out.
Wait, hold on. Do you think that dancing is? Because in that case, there's a lot of there's a lot
What?
of children out there dancing.
I don't
Maybe
know
you should
what
do
you
something
said.
about it. You know?
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh yeah, careful.
No, I was just saying the reaction to the clip was obviously.
Yeah, I know,
very
but I don't
strong,
understand
so-
why people are having a big reaction to.
I
dance.
think it
They
was
were
the fact
also-
that
and-
Destiny looked
Yeah.
In
very.
his, listen, in his defense, they were playing "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend" and like zooming in on his
Yes,
face to
yeah.
like show like maybe despair or something he's
Yeah,
feeling.
find
I
But
think
something
that's
that
just what
wasn't
your face
there.
looks
Yes,
like,
but it
'cause you
feels
look like
really,
that.
Yeah, because
it
you
just
can
feels
cut-
really
yeah, it's
ridiculous,
just-
right? Because
you
I've
can
done
edit
like
anything to
my,
make it look like
I did
anything.
like 12 years of ballroom dancing when I was younger. So I was competing in that
Okay.
sport. So if I meet someone that does some sort of dancing that is with a partner, I can like dance with them really well. And that's like, what's the fun out of it, right?
I think she's saying like in a traditional sense of things, it looks bad on him, but you guys don't have a
We
traditional
literally
relationship.
fuck other people though. Why the fuck?
No,
would
I know. I'm just saying. No, that's what I'm saying.
would
You
it
guys,
look bad?
you guys don't have like from a traditional
also- Have you
guys ever
standpoint.
danced
From a
before?
hold
Also-
on. From a traditional standpoint, it looks bad, but you guys are not traditional. I think that's what she's saying. It looks bad, but
Wait,
not
is it
taking
in a
Wait,
but
hold on,
also
wait.
in
Even in a
tradition, it's not
traditional
bad. It's not
aspect,
bad
like
in
you
a
can go to
tradition.
weddings, like sometimes
Well,
other
it was
people
in your
dance with other
house,
people.
though,
Yeah.
you know.
Have you
Does
guys
that
ever
change it?
danced?
Like, it's not like they're like
I know
grinding.
you're not like at a ballroom.
I'm not.
dancing event
I'm not
or
okay with.
anything
If I marry my
like
wife, I'm not okay with her dancing with.
And that's
anybody.
great.
Same.
Your insecurities are
Same.
yours
Yeah.
to deal with. But I'm
It's
just
not
saying, like,
insecurity. No,
Of
that's
course
not
it's
insecurity.
just
Time out.
dancing.
Whoa,
That's
whoa,
not
whoa,
in
whoa,
someone
whoa.
else has a
It's not.
different
It's not an
boundary.
insecurity. It's just a boundary I have. It's not
and that's
insecurity.
fine,
That's
but it's
an
not. But it's not
insecurity.
just
not
a
an
boundary.
insecurity.
It's you
Care-
saying that like
it's
in a
respect.
traditional relationship, this wouldn't be okay. Plenty of people dance with other people. It's not a huge deal. Now, if they were like fucking grinding on each other or some shit, that'd be different. But when they're going through like moves on like a ballroom dance thing, I think that if you got a huge problem with that, I think that's just more about
So
you.
wait,
than it's
why
about me.
why is my boundary all of a sudden limited and
The problem
labeled
wasn't
as
your
an insecurity?
The problem wasn't your boundary. The problem was you said, well, in a traditional relationship, you made it sound like it was a boundary that everybody should have.
No,
if
no,
you
no,
would have
no,
said
no,
just me personally, I'd be like, okay, sure,
I
that's
did
fine.
say just me personally. I say the
You
way
said- you
she's
said in a traditional
the way they're perceiving you. But and then I built on it saying me personally, I'm not okay with that.
Sure.
Hold
and
on.
for you personally,
Hold
that's
on,
fine,
Billy.
yeah.
You wanted to go.
I can change the subject a little bit if you want to.
No, we're
It's
fighting.
the same, it's the same subject.
Why would we change it
It's
when
the
we're
same-
having a
I
good
know.
fight
We're
right
fighting. We're fighting. Don't
I thought you wanted to come in on something
No,
related
I wanted
to
to
this.
come in on the relationship about children.
What?
She's going to ask, how can
The
you guys do an
question
open
about
relationship and have children at the same time? And then we're going to
No,
answer.
I-
We'd probably close the relationship if that happens, but yeah, go for it.
That was my question.
Yeah, I
What do
know.
you plan on doing when you have children?
No, we would probably not be f***ing around as much because you wouldn't even have the time for it. I
Do
would
you make
imagine.
eye contact when you speak or no? I'm over here.
Well, kind of, yeah, but I can't really see you and I don't want to block the camera
Alright.
because,
Well, it's actually better if he just kind of maintains more of a straight,
my bad.
straight on.
I do have a question for both of you guys. Out of curiosity, how many men beyond Destiny?
Flan Life, thank you for the 50 gifted. We'll have to do the fit check later on in the show, guys. Thank you, man. Go ahead.
Besides
guys
Destiny,
after.
in your guys' relationship, if you feel comfortable answering, how many men have you been with?
Like total? I actually don't really know. Usually it's just women.
But if you had to estimate,
Isn't it just? Is
I don't
that
remember.
accurate that you tend to
I don't
hook
really
up
keep,
with
I don't
say?
really keep
men and
count
she
on
tends
like
to
how
hook
many
up more
men.
with women?
No.
would you say?
I've hooked up with,
wait,
like,
wait,
eight
hold
guys
on,
in my
hold on,
life.
hold on. Would you say it's like 5, maybe 10?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's like years ago, right?
The last time you were with a guy besides
I
Destiny
think
in your
so. It's
relationship?
probably a long time ago. Usually just women.
Okay, how many women have you been with besides her in your relationship?
I don't think it keeps counting, but
I
it's a
don't
lot
know.
of them.
Okay, but like, come on, give me like a ballpark
I have no
estimate
idea. I
here.
don't
It's a lot.
wanna-
Destiny's
That's
fucking in these
weird.
YouTube
Well, no,
streets,
it's not.
bro.
Well, where I'm going with
It's
this.
probably 10 times as many as mine.
It's a decent amount. But it's cringe to talk about because
Yeah.
I'm not here to like jerk off over like.
I understand.
Sure.
Where I was going with that is like when was the last time you were with a guy besides Destiny?
I don't remember.
A year ago, 2 years ago, 3
I'm
years
not
ago?
really
Probably
that
within a
into
year, I
men, you
think,
know,
right? I think.
something like that.
About a year ago.
I think within, yeah.
When that happened, like, did you feel comfortable with it based on the amount
Yeah,
of
generally, if
communication?
this is the way that I approach it. If I'm gonna hook up with somebody, it's kind of weird if your partner is out like fucking somebody or hanging out with somebody in like a semi-romantic way, and then your partner's just like at home doing anything, like nothing. So
Right.
usually, if I'm going out doing something, hopefully she's got like similar plans, and then vice versa. If she's got plans, then I've got plans. So no, we don't usually feel bad about it because we're doing something together generally.
So it doesn't create insecurity for you guys at all?
I mean,
You're
as much insecurity as like any
secure?
like normal relationship. Like there might be times. The only time I think that insecurity comes creeping in is if there are other problems in the relationship. So for instance, like if we're fighting a lot and then somebody tries to like hook up with somebody, then like that might cause people to feel a little bit weird. But like otherwise, no, it's just neither of us care that much about it. If we did, we wouldn't have an open relationship.
I mean, I get turned on by it, so.
You get turned on by him hooking
Yeah.
up with
You're a
other
cuck.
chicks?
Yeah.
So you're a cuck.
Cuck
Yes.
queen.
Yeah, I
Cuck-
like that.
Cuck queen? Is
Yeah,
that-
I guess cuck
It's a term.
queen.
It's a term.
Exactly.
Wait, can I ask the
Yeah,
panel
it is
what
now.
the interest or like the angle is for interrogating the relationship to this extent?
I mean,
I
like, we're used to it.
I
Come on the
genuinely,
show,
for me,
so-
I just genuinely don't know, so I'm going straight to the source.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not interrogating them. I personally am just curious about it.
Feels
'cause-
a little bit like it. You guys are
No, I'm
basically
just-
like
I'm
this
just-
close to like. So we
No.
already
I
asked like
think
do you
it's
like
because
the
to,
ass,
like,
like
No,
you like
no, no,
flavored
people,
lube.
it's so
Aaron, you're
repellent.
projecting interrogation onto me where it doesn't exist. I'm asking because I just know for myself.
Is
as
it
a
Wait,
guy-
why were
curiosity?
you,
Is that the angle?
It's curiosity,
Okay.
and I'm kind of probing into it because it's like I can't imagine being in a situation where, you know, my girl was hooking up with another guy and it wouldn't drive me insane. And so, you know, if it doesn't drive them insane, I'm curious.
why were you
like,
curious
is
about
that?
the number of men?
Just because it's an interesting
They
question.
gotta come from somewhere.
It's an
You
interesting
gotta be a
question.
little bit more creative
It's
in
an
this.
interesting question, you know.
You're a smart guy. You
There's
can be a little bit
there's
more
15
creative about
there's
it.
15,000 people watching, and I'm sure a lot of them would be curious.
So it's for the content.
It's a juicy
Of course
question.
it's
That's what it is.
It's a juicy
not like
question,
I'm
exactly.
genuinely curious. It's like you're not trying to bring
Well,
a
it's like an
condom on.
unusual
There's an
relationship
element of
dynamic.
curiosity, and there's also an element where I'm trying to make an interesting show for all of the people that are watching.
okay.
I feel like just because they're in an open relationship, maybe that doesn't mean they should be subjected to like particularly
Subjected? They
invasive
voluntarily came on this
questions.
show.
No,
No
like
one
if
was just
somebody
gonna be dynamic.
volunteers that they're in a monogamous
Why are
relationship.
you speaking on behalf of Destiny? I don't.
Yeah.
If
Are
he
you a
has an
lawyer?
issue, if he has an
Yeah.
issue with the
Are you
degree of
Destiny's
questions
lawyer?
we're asking him,
No,
then-
I'm curious myself. Like, I didn't expect that half the panel already would be just about their relationship.
Well,
But
it's-
I
it's
was
such-
like,
it's
other
interesting.
stuff.
It's
Can we
such-
talk about
it's
you
such a
then?
unique. Aaron,
What-
hold on.
or-
Yeah, let's talk
Aaron,
about
can
you
I
since
answer
you
the question?
refused.
It's such
Wait,
a
Since you
interview
refused.
me?
unique.
Yeah,
We
let's-
can talk about you,
Okay.
but you keep dodging all the questions, so we're gonna ask them
Yeah.
questions.
We can
Well-
go to you then.
No, let's go to you. Are you,
just
a
did it
virgin?
again. You just did it again.
Someone's
Bro.
gonna
You're
get it.
dodging
I don't want to
questions.
steal all the
I'm
attention.
perfectly
Why
happy to
wouldn't I
answer
want to
questions.
You're
share
saying
with
I don't want to steal
everybody
the
here?
attention, but you came to a dating show and you've avoided all the questions about your dating life.
Yeah.
Oh,
Besides
it's
the fact that
questions
you've
about
never
my
been
sex
on a
life
date.
or my dating life.
It's kind of all under the same umbrella.
Is it though?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fates.
On
Of
here
course
it
it
is.
is.
You're on a dating
Come on.
podcast and you don't think that your dating life is up for discussion.
No, I didn't say
Well,
that.
it's-
but
it's
I don't
all-
know
it's all
that, like-
connected.
I
It's
want
all
to
connected.
ask
Come on.
some questions for the monogamous people in that
Okay.
case.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Wait,
you
virgin? Confirm or deny? Just give us something. Give us a
Really,
look.
this is like the most pressing topic for the dating.
It's
Talk
literally a
podcast.
yes or no. It'll take you 1 second to answer the question.
Is it about the duration of how long it takes to answer a question like that? That's what
Dude, I'm
determines.
gonna
the
What's
fucking
importance
up
blow
of
with
my
the
it.
brains
sophistry?
out.
Why don't you just answer it?
I mean, you were evasive about why you were like excavating.
I
their
said because I was
relationship.
curious and because it's good content. and
After
it's a
after
juicy
a lot
question.
of a lot of deliberation, mentally, I feel like Fresh is the best one for her from the Fresh and Fit podcast. I feel like she fits the archetype that Fresh goes after.
What archetype is that?
Chubby white girl.
Got it.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Just joking, Fresh. Love you.
Although I had a question for you.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead. Go
love
ahead.
this
I'm
guy.
ready.
Thanks, Flan Life.
You said earlier, with respect to like the dancing thing,
Yes.
you said it would be a boundary of yours to not let your partner or wife dance with another man.
Correct.
Is that really a boundary or isn't that more of an agreement? I feel like a boundary is something that you say that I'm going to do or abstain. But I
Are
don't know that a
boundaries- are
boundary
boundaries
can
not
really like
agreements?
include. I don't really think of them
I
that
think-
way. I think
I
of
think
boundaries
people
as
can agree
things
on
that
boundaries.
like I would independently decide I don't want to do or I do want to
Was it a
engage
bad
in.
idea to give you the
Um,
Game
You
Boy?
gave it to me. You told me.
No,
Focus on the conversation.
Steven.
Yeah, I would.
I know.
You f***ed me. You lied to me.
I'm sorry. I misled
There is
you.
a boundary. They're talking about the difference between a boundary and an agreement and a contract. Continue.
I just know when you do your streams, like you're playing
Come
Factorio and shit.
back to the hello.
I can,
Don't let her
I
dodge
can
the
answer.
virgin
Okay,
question.
okay,
Wait,
okay.
okay.
I
No,
can
I
answer.
actually want to interject.
Okay,
It's so
here.
funny.
Hold on, go ahead.
No,
Let-
wait.
let me-
Let me interject. You just
Let her go.
Okay, hey.
Let her
Let
go.
me
and then
clarify
Okay,
her
I
boundary
just wait.
statement.
I just want to say
ahead.
something. Earlier, you guys were talking about traditional relationships.
What?
I was raised in a Hispanic traditional Catholic family household. The idea that dancing ballroom or dancing in general is non-traditional to me is insane because like all of South America, Central America, Spain, you know, they dance salsa, they dance merengue. That is part of the culture, and a lot of people there are very traditional, very Hispanic Catholic.
Well,
so to me,
hold on,
there is
hold
a
on.
discrepancy
The
there.
issue